Hello world. It's been a while. Haven't had a moment to catch up and take a breath after the Woolsey fires and the evacuations and the Thousand Oaks shootings, and it's just such a crazy world. Such a crazy world. But nonetheless, grateful to be back home. Grateful to have a home to go back to. I can't say that for a few people that I know personally, but you can build a house again. You can't you can't bring back a family member. So coming from a mother who has lost, I can tell you that being faced with evacuation and running out of our home, all I really cared about was my family. But I'm so sorry to everyone who's lost. It's such a horrific turn of events, and I don't think any of us have truly caught our breaths yet. But I love our community, and we're such a loving, close-knit community, and I truly love where I live, and we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. I can't help but share with you. I'm here right now in Ojai. This is my home away from home, my magic place. I'm sitting here under this beautiful tree, and I'm thinking about time and memories and where I was last year. And as a family, we took our first trip to Ojai after I lost my son. We came here for a couple nights, and wow, I just want to say, for those of you who have lost a child, your first trip is the hardest. Your first anything is the hardest. The first Halloween, the first Thanksgiving, the Christmas, your first vacation, the first anything is just so hard. And that's why I wanted to share with you as I sit here in Ojai thinking about our first family little getaway. It's so sobering. I remember crying during our massages. I remember our boys at camp, having separation anxiety a little bit, and the feeling of this is our new normal without our son, and having everyone else around us just be frolicking around and jolly, and life doesn't stop. Life doesn't stop. And everyone around us was happy, and their children are jumping around, and my husband and I were actually just stunned and heartbroken, and it was just such a dose of our new normal, our new reality without my son Emilio. And it was so heartbreaking. But I promise you that it gets better. The first time is the hardest, but I promise you it gets better. The second trip it's just time and the next experience. But the first is always so hard. And in the wake of the Woolsey fires, I haven't had a moment to share my experiences of our second Halloween coming around, and Thanksgiving coming up, and it's been very emotional, but so grateful for all the love and support that we get from our family and friends. And I just wanted to share with with you, for those of you who are going through it, that you're gonna be okay. And the first time for anything is it's gut-wrenching and it's heartbreaking, but it will get better, and I promise you it gets better. And yes, all those feelings of time standing still and you're hurting in the middle of life happening around you and everyone happy and going about your business. It was so hard to break away from the comfort of my home. It was so hard to break away from my family and friends and people that know my circumstance and my situation. And then here we are in a place where there's so much life and, you know, people that don't know us, and we're out of our comfort zone, and just like the drive without your child, the checking into the hotel room, having dinner, having breakfast, the feeling, you know, just seeing everyone else move on around you. It's so hard. It's so hard. And sitting here underneath this beautiful tree and being in my magic place of Ojai, I just can't help but remember where I was last year. I'll never forget. But I promise it gets easier. It does get easier. It gets easier.